Hi, I'm Chris Brazel and welcome to House Sold, the easy way. I don't know about you, but often in life we can do things the hard way or we can do things the easy way. And I'm all about doing things the easy way. I believe so much that when you're ready to sell your house, you're ready to go from one journey and one part of your life to another one, that buyer is already over there ready to come in and to your place. No, I'm not your real estate agent, I'm your property consultant. I'm working with you to make sure that you get to where you want to go. And we're going to do it the easy way, we're going to have fun, you're going to enjoy it. And you don't know what else you could achieve by working with me during this whole process. I've had people lose weight up to 16, 27 kilos. That's if they were weight before they started. We've changed finances, we've changed careers. At the end of the day, our object is to sell your home, but it is a part of journey. And the other things, just little extras that come into it. So work with me, enjoy it. I know you're going to enjoy it. There's no risk about that. And let's have fun and let's get your house sold ASAP. Let's talk the selling mindset state. Now, are you really ready to sell your home or are you just playing around? Are you ready to move from one identity to a new one or are you just having a bad hair day? Selling your home isn't about an exchange of a contract. It's not just bricks and mortar. You are actually finishing off a part of journey of your life and you're going to a new journey over here. You're closing one door here and you're opening another door here. So when you put that house on the market, you bring the agent in, you start to do investments on marketing, advertising, sales, preparation of the house. That all costs money. It's time, it's money, and energy. If you are not in the right mind selling state, then you are totally wasting your time, you're wasting the agent's time, and you're wasting money. And you're just not going to get a sale, and that's all there is to it. So the very first tip I really want you to focus on is I want your mind in the selling mindset state. Sure, if you want to go play around, then just play around. But if we're here and you've bought this CD on House Sold, then I want to make sure you get your place sold. So the first thing we have to do is the selling mindset state. So get a piece of paper and write down, am I fooling around or am I serious? Am I having a bad hair day or do I want a new identity? If you can write those questions down and you can seriously say, I definitely want a new identity, I want a new journey, I want a new stage of life, I'm ready to close this door, I'm ready to open this door, then keep going and we will get that house sold. Hi everyone, this is Chris Brazel at High Performance and House Sold the Easy Way. Often in life we can do things the easy way or we can do things the hard way. For quite a long time I have been really having that urge to say real estate needs to change, agents need to change in the way they are working. My passion started in real estate years and years ago when I started in property development, and then when I started getting the agents to actually sell my property, I was excited. I had the right energy in the property, but the agents, I just didn't feel like they were sometimes in the same energy zone that I was. So after the first property that I was virtually coaching the agent to get them in a positive mind and saying this house is being sold here and change that picture, change that wording. It's like, well, these are professional pictures. It's like, no, the pictures are wrong, the wording is wrong, I will rewrite it. So after a couple of houses that I probably did the development on and changed, I thought, why go through all this torment? Just get your own real estate license, which I did in Queensland. So when I would develop a property, I would then market it and then sell it through my own real estate license. Then I realized that sometimes I would have a property that I was selling so quickly, other people wanted to know, how did you sell that? And that was when I would start property consulting for owners, not always the agent, it was always the owner that would bring me in, and the owner would bring me in because their property wasn't selling, and I would go in, and some of my results, which you can check out on my website or ask me and I can send you through heaps and heaps of testimonials, but I would take properties that had been on the market anywhere up to 3 or 4 years and turn them over within 3 days or in a couple of weeks. some properties that had been on the market for weeks, in hours. One property in particular in Brisbane flew up there at 9 o'clock. They'd had heaps of people through, just couldn't get the sale, changed a few things, changed the pictures, changed the wording on the website, chatted with the agent, then spent an hour with the owner, getting that owner mind frame into that right energy space and realizing why she was selling the property, where she was going and what was happening into her life. 3 o'clock that afternoon, buyers came in. The agent was actually blown away. These people had never seen the property before, never made any inquiries, visited the property, signed a contract that afternoon. The deal was sealed 8 o'clock that evening. All I did was change an energy mind shift from the property to the agent to the buyer, so naturally they get pulled in. So my world when it comes to house sold the easy way is the fact that what I love to do is show the agents how I analyze and how I work with properties and how I do house sold the easy way. And welcome to High Performance. Today I'm going to work with Pete. I met Pete about 18 months ago, nearly 2 years ago, and he had his brand as Real Direct, which is what he's got here. But you should have seen his business cards. They were black with a little bit of red in it. Not that inviting. So I got him to change. This is the new brand we came up with. Got him into a new car, which looks absolutely fabulous. Now his brand's growing massively. So sometimes when we first start off in business, we go and we brand and we develop a brand that we think is right, but if our head's not in the right space and we don't feel that we've got that heart connection, sometimes we can draw the marketing people, the material and the branding in the wrong direction, in the wrong colours and the wrong energy, and you just feel as if you're hitting your head against a brick wall, which is where Pete was going a couple of years ago. So we've rebranded him. He's now on a new direction. His whole process of real estate in the way that he's working is absolutely fabulous, and something I'm even more and more excited about, House Sold the Easy Way is now going to join with Real Direct. So we're going to give you the most amazing package that we can possibly get, because with Pete's knowledge in real estate and my knowledge about how houses can sell, getting to that mind energy link to you and your house and the sale, the energy link of the owner, the buyer and the agent, we are actually going to kill the real estate industry. I can just literally feel it. So you're going to meet Pete in a few minutes, but I just want to show you this beautiful car before we went there. Cheers. Hi, this is Chris Brazel and welcome to High Performance and particularly House Sold the Easy Way. Today I want you to meet Pete from Real Direct, which is where I now work in conjunction with Pete with our training programs. When I first met Pete, I rebranded you.
Yes.
I didn't like your brand.
You took us from the dark to the light.
I really like that way of putting it. I like that way of putting it. That's good. Yeah, when I looked at Pete's brand, he had the most amazing product. He had the great knowledge, but his brand was heavy. And he'd got his brand so far, but he just couldn't get it to that next level. And I looked at it, and it was black, and it had all those poison arrows. You had a touch of red arrows.
Yeah. It was supposed to be points of a house, but they sort of didn't turn out.
You saw points of a house. I saw poison arrows kicking yourself in the kicking yourself in the
yeah.
I think I said a few other things at the time. I moved. We didn't change the name of all because the name was really, really good. But a lot of people, when they saw Real Direct, it wasn't in association with the house. So it was hard to get what your brand identity was. So what I did is rebranded Pete to Real Direct, but putting real in the house. So we're real agents looking for real people, working in a real way. We're direct to you. We get the job done and we get results, and we get them done professionally, and we get you the highest price, quickest time, with no hassle. You go with the journey. It's not the typical real estate agent when you work with Real Direct. You're working with an agent that brings in, it's like a life journey. You're bringing more an essence into the whole story of selling of a house now, isn't it?
Yeah, look, our agents basically work from home with the administrational support of the head office, which gives them the opportunity to be more personalised with their clients. They're not in a what we used to call the old snake pit of an office where you've got people around you that you don't want to be around. Most of them don't like where they work. If you ask them honestly. And this way they have the freedom to choose where they are, who they're with, and give their clients complete focus on the job.
I think I mean, what we've done is rebranded you from the black to the green, the white. It's such a fresh brand now, but it makes you feel fresh. It's like fresh ideas coming through. But what you've done is also brought, like what I do, House Sold the Easy Way. And at first you were thinking, oh, what's this woman actually do? I know it kind of sounds weird sometimes, but we took you on, and we showed you the case studies, but we took you actually on a prac with the house. Now you understand when I say your marketing material's wrong, your pictures are wrong, the energy in the house is wrong. It wasn't until you actually went through the process that you could see.
Yeah, look, when you're an agent and you're doing this day to day, sometimes you can get glossed over with just looking at fancy pictures and not actually understanding what's in them.
Now you get to analyse them.
Yeah.
And the prac, when we took you to the house that wasn't selling, you weren't getting people through even on the open houses. There was no private inspections. But when I took you through that prac, you could see how the house set up was the same as the picture set up. Were kind of, this owner's hitting their head against the wall.
Absolutely.
And the owner didn't have to buy any new items whatsoever. But from the change we made, that first open house after that, you had how many through?
7 on the first.
And the second?
8.
And now you're actually getting individual private calls up who haven't been through an open house but are looking on the website and wanting to come, which is totally different to where you were before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those numbers don't sound high, but this is a high-end property.
Yeah.
And it's a very limited market, and we only had one through one open and none in the other. So that's a massive turnaround.
So when you're looking at a high-end property, you've really got to get it right, because there's only going to be a very, very small margin of who's going to buy it. But when you work the way I work, I believe the moment a property is ready to sell, you have the energy connection of the owner and the agent. That buyer gets pulled through you in absolutely amazing, amazing ways. So we're setting up a new training system for now agents.
Yeah, it's very exciting, because what we have to offer is we have the sales system and the training that's available through Real Direct, but working in conjunction with yourself with House Sold the Easy Way. It gives agents a completely different set of skills to be able to help the owners align themselves with the agent and with the situation of the sale, and how to best approach that and how to best get the most out of what potentially is the market that's going to be coming in.
The thing I like about when you train with me, you had a session last Thursday morning, 6 o'clock.
Yep.
You turned up with black tracksuit pants. I don't think you'll ever turn up in black tracksuit pants ever again.
I did have a red top though. I actually had blue underneath too, which you didn't like. You did like the green shoes though.
I did like the green shoes. I thought it looks fabulous. You tried very good. But that's the whole thing when you work with me. It's about getting that mind connection and getting the power of the mind working with the body. And sometimes we can't get out of the mind those emotions. But the exercises I showed you last week, which is part of our training courses that we do, is how did you feel with that? They were very simple, but powerful.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've worked with affirmations and before, but actually going through the physical with the mental at the same time and having the support puts it at a different level.
Yeah. You learned a lot about hands.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm not touching them at the moment, no.
When I'm training or working in a session like that, you get to climb over fences, you get to climb over boulders, you get to go up steps, but I'm really getting you to be very aware of what's around you. So, you know, when you're coming back downstairs and a dog passes, I want to know these people or whoever I'm training, a dog went past you, because that means you're in that present moment. You can actually look what's around you and what are the messages, because you were able to get really clear focus about what you were doing with the real estate industry altogether, weren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we see it's time, because agents out there are looking for a different answer, a different approach, and up until now there hasn't really been much on offer except a different colour brand.
Yeah.
They have not evolved with the way of business. Technology has been the main focus for most agents, and that's been moving along at great speed. But the way they do business doesn't seem to, especially in the consumer's eye, has changed at all.
Yeah. So I'm really excited because House Sold the Easy Way is the way it should be. It should be an easy flow of events where you work with the owner, you work with the agent, and then that buyer comes to you automatically because that energy alignment is so amazing. You just pull the buyer in without even having to try too hard. So this is Chris Brazel out. I'm so excited because we've got some amazing training packages coming up. Just remember, when you turn up with any of the Chris Brazel programs, what would be one of the best tips you'd say don't do?
Wear black.
Good tip.
Yeah.
This is Chris Brazel out for now, and more exciting news about House Sold the Easy Way in relation to Real Direct, Peter and his company. And we have a whole new way of agents working in the real estate industry, which are going to be high performers, but not only high performers, actually getting the dollars in their pocket and having a life. That's probably the biggest thing, is balance in life. So you're not a 24/7 agent trying to earn. You actually have that's our whole concept, is having balance of life as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So this is Chris Brazel out, and Peter.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
And I will be back with another real estate House Sold the Easy Way interview and story for you soon. Out for now. We're going to let some of these other wonderful people out in the world know that selling a house is not that difficult.
It's not.
It's easy, isn't it?
It's simple once you realise what you need to do.
Now, when you rang me, you were a little bit concerned because it had taken quite a while and nothing was happening, nobody was coming through.
5 weeks, nothing.
Yeah. So the number of your house being 24 should say it's a family property. So once you get that energy right, it just should sell overnight.
And it did, once we got the energy right.
Very good. That's the key. Now, when I arrived, I immediately saw you had the wrong agent.
Yes.
Were you surprised when I said you had the wrong agent?
I knew it within myself that there was a problem, but I hadn't actually done anything about it. But it was a surprise that you turned up and you knew what those problems were.
I could tell what that agent's energy was before we even started.
Yeah.
And when I showed you the sign, it was very, very clear. Now, we did about 6 different major changes, and they were simple ones, I believe.
They are very simple. Taking pillows off the lounge, changing books from the sit-down to the stand-up position, rearranging, different ornaments so that they weren't singular, they were 2s or 3s, and changing a few paintings to make the entrance a happy, joyful family home.
I know, because the entrance is the first energy you see when someone actually enters the home. Now, when I entered your home, I saw this huge empty bowl, which just gave a feeling of emptiness. And then when I went into the room on the left, which is your belief area, books were kind of laid down,
yes,
and the lamps were scattered. And the biggest thing I noticed was, remember that pillow that had this big dead tree on it sitting in the middle of your couch?
That cost a fortune.
What have you done with it?
It's turned around in another room so that the tree's not showing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time maybe to throw the cushion out?
Probably is.
We won't give it away because we don't want to pass that energy on to someone else.
As were some of the paintings.
Yeah.
Time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe put an eBay or something like that.
Yeah.
But when someone walks in, so when someone was coming into your home before, first the sign, the way the symbols in that were, was giving a negative energy. When you opened the front door, it was emptiness and sad. When you went into the first room on the left, which is normally where you enter when you enter, again, it was sadness there, and we had this dead tree. It was going absolutely nowhere, which is what the sale of the house was going. Absolutely nowhere. And it didn't cost you anything, except my little bit of time.
Yes, but out of your time, gave us the way to think about our house and even the next house, and what we needed to do to get everything moving forward.
And it only took
10 days. Well, yours was straight away, with my husband out doing what he needed to do and us changing as we walked through the house. And in 10 days, 3 offers and the house was sold.
It was pretty magical, because most women would think, oh, are my husband going to come on board? Are they going to believe this thing? Where he sat down, listened, and everything I said, it kind of made sense straight away.
Absolutely, yeah.
And while we were chatting, I couldn't believe he was actually out there doing it.
He did, and he still will do those same things at the new property.
Yeah. The most magical thing I found when we were actually doing it is making common sense of the whole thing. And but the thing was that he went out, so that immediately told me he wanted to sell that house, because he was listening and he was doing. And an energy is an energy that's there, and it can be stagnant, going nowhere. But the moment you make a choice, you take an action step, you have created a totally new energy.
You've got to commit to what it was that we were doing. For us, it was moving.
Also acknowledge, isn't it?
Yeah, realising that's what we wanted to do, and get the energy moving to what it was that we wanted to achieve, which was packing boxes, getting the house ready to give to someone else for us to move on.
The other agent, I believe, left very quietly, quickly, and no hassles, even though you were tied into a contract.
Exclusive agency for 3 months. We'd been 5 weeks. She let us out the next day without even stepping foot in the house.
Cool. And it was easy to get the new one. She walked in, and I believe she had the energy that I had, and believed that should have happened.
Their signage was right, everything about her was right, and it just sold.
So all we did was, it was your house, it was your energy. You had made a choice in life about where you wanted to go and what you wanted to do. So you got your energy right, and you got the sale right. All you needed to bring in was the negotiator and the connector to the next person. And once you're in that right frame and you're so clear, you will bring that right agent who will negotiate in the very best way for you and connect to that outside person. Because my total belief is the moment you're ready to leave an energy, an environment, and a lesson, because a house is a lesson, you learn things there, the next person is ready to come in.
Yes.
So there is absolutely no reason why, if you want to move on with a journey and a house and sell a home, you can.
But it's nice to have little tips on how to get it all moving forward.
That's me. I'm action. I'm action. Now you're going to go to Wagga. I believe your husband found a house and immediately gave you the number, and you knew straight away, it's not for me.
Yes. One of the first places he looked at was a 7, and I knew straight away that wasn't the number for us to move into. And sight unseen, he rang me to say, I'm at a 21. Is that okay?
And you knew.
And I knew straight away 21 was fantastic, and the new beginning of our lives. Yeah, so it worked very well.
All right, I'm looking forward to now, because we've moved you on this part of the journey. What I love about my work is I usually start with one thing and then we go down a whole journey for many years. I'm so excited because I know once you move to your new home, you have a brilliant idea on a concept for children's clothes. So I'm going to have a chat to you in a few weeks' time, and I'm so looking forward to what that is that we actually start. And I think the world out there is going to be ready for your adventure as well.
I hope so.
I will. Don't you use the word hope. All right, this is Chris Brazel signing out from my world today. And today is just simply, if there's a house you've got, you want to sell it, there's no reason why it can't sell. The only person who's stopping is you. You put the right energy and the right combination with the negotiator, which is the real estate agent. That person out there to buy your home is ready to come straight in. Hi, I'm Chris Brazel and welcome to my world. The reason we were just laughing when this started was someone referred to me the other day as being the Aussie Dr. Phil, because I guess I go in and fix people up and houses up, but I do it in a fun and interesting way. Who I'm chatting to today is Rosa. Is about 12 months ago she came and did one of my intention alignment action days, and she wanted to put on this. Her intention and alignment and her action was to buy a BMW. The energy of BMW at the time I didn't think represented Rosa, so I said no, you can't have a BMW. And I said what the letters actually stood for, or what most people say about it, is what we need to get you away from. Anyway, so we went through it. I said, you need a RAV4. And I think you said a RAV4.
Well, I was tossing up between, you know, my BMW and maybe a four-wheel drive because I wanted to do the property thing at the time. And you went, well, don't you think the four-wheel drive is more aligned with your property because you can put your stuff in the back? I went, yeah, well.
And besides, I had a RAV4 when I was doing property, and it's like, I had a RAV4 and I did the best property. You put the paint in, you put the ladders in, you pile it on top. That's what you want. You want property, you wanted to develop it. So anyway, by the end of the day, the BMW was gone, the RAV4 was in, but then the next amazing thing was you come to the manifestation board.
Yes.
And then you wanted to buy a house, or you wanted to sell a house.
I wanted to sell the house, yeah.
So the moment a person's ready to sell their house, they're here and they want to move out. The next person's ready to move in. So don't go, I didn't want Rosa to go putting the house on the market straight away. What I wanted her to do is get herself prepared in her own way. So when someone is totally sure about where they want to go, then everything falls into place. Rosa, don't go getting the agent yet. We need to clean the bedroom, change things around. What were some of the other major things? Can you remember?
Oh, what did we do? Like the bedroom, I think, was the
the
main
biggest
one,
one?
and I did a big overhaul of my bedroom, and it just looked sort of like really amazing then. And it was just really clear up the clutter more than anything else. Like, you know, just a bit of painting, the bits that needed. But it was just, and I actually called the agent in and said, what do I need to do to get the best out of this? And then I was going to New York but you know, I think the plan was in place.
The plan was in place. You knew you wanted to sell. You knew the reason why you wanted to sell.
And
you
when.
You knew when you wanted to sell.
Yep.
You knew the necessities that needed to be done to complete the sale.
That's
you didn't
right.
need to overspend, which is
No.
where some people go. We just kept it really,
We
really
did.
basic.
Just the little things, and we did the smudging. That was, you know, one of the
Smudging's
things.
good. I've got to teach you smudging.
Even though I didn't do it properly, but I still smudged, and it still worked.
Smudging is excellent. It virtually lifts the negative energy. But we put the house on the market, and it took us how many
Less
days?
than a week. It went under contract. I listed it on the Monday, and I had a contract on it by Saturday, and I got the price that I wanted for it, which was fantastic.
You knew where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
You got the house right. You brought in the agent that was going to do the job,
Yep.
and everything was pulled into an alignment. So
Yeah.
you were then able to get into your beautiful red, I might add,
RAV4.
RAV4. You were just starting to speak up. You were saying, "This is what I want. This is where I'm going to go," and that's all there is to
And
it.
I'm not budging. Yeah.
And the best thing, you didn't dive straight in to buy any house.
No.
I love the idea. You actually took, was it 3 months?
6 months.
6 months.
6
6
months.
months off. And Rosa went, and I got to visit it. Oh, it was so good. The most beautiful apartment you could ever go into. So she let herself be the real empress. Take time out, because, you know, being a single mum for a while and all that thing. So she took some time out. Then, today, I'm at her brand new house. She has a whole area downstairs which is just hers.
It's mine. All mine.
Family's upstairs.
Yeah. That's
When
it.
you put the vibration out is, I am going to build this amazing, just something different for myself in using a lot more talents.
Yes, do it.
What did they say? Let's do it. Let's just fall in love. Well, this is Chris Brazel and Rosa. I just wanted you to meet Rosa because I want you to be inspired to know how easy you can change your life around. A little bit of cleaning, a little bit of colour, but getting that mind right, getting the intention. And as Rosa did, it's not driving to what other people expect you to drive or getting what other people expect you to get. Do what you want and do what suits you. So the moment we took Rosa out of a car that really wasn't going to represent you, it looked good and everyone would think some things, but we put her in the car that really represented her, and it's just been magical.
I love my car. I feel amazing. Like, I've had it for 2 years now, and every time I get in there I go, oh, you know, I feel amazing. So yeah, it makes a difference.
Oh, super.
So yeah.
All right, this is me out for now. I'll be back with another interview certainly, but come join my world anytime you want to.